I think I heard something about rentahitman.com a little while ago. I don't know how long ago. I feel like I have heard about this before. People try to hire hitmen, but it's like a sting, like an undercover sting operation. So everyone just got arrested, I think is what happens. Don't hire a hitman. That's the lesson of this video. Don't go to howtohireahitman.com. Don't fall for that.
Rentahitman.com.
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 Was it all over the news?
I'm the webmaster of rentahitman.com.
She's 18.
What?
She went on a website to hire a hitman.
This website is nothing more than a parody, but it did put a bunch of people behind bars. And the question is how? Before we get started,
Wait, was this like somebody's random website? Or was this actually like an FBI sting? I thought it was an FBI sting operation.
just wanted to shout out Wavy Web Surf because his video is what inspired this one. Our first customer. Years ago in 2010, Bob Inez, the owner of rentahitman.com, stumbled upon an odd request in his email from a stranger. The person in question was a British woman named Helen, who was located in Canada, stranded without her passport. Although she was stuck in a foreign country with no way to get back home, she didn't ask for help because she had a different goal in mind. She wanted her family members back home out of the picture, gone. Helen found the website rentahitman.com and took the URL for what it was. Her request? She wanted to rent a hitman. In her email, she requested the services of a hitman to take out 3 of her family members in the UK and claimed that her family screwed her out of her inheritance.
Oh, okay. I thought when he said family members, I thought he meant like her husband and like children or something, but I guess it's like her siblings or something. Oh my god.
But Bob, the owner of the site, didn't respond.
That's crazy.
He had no idea if this woman was actually serious about all this or if this was just another one of the prank emails he was so used to opening. But Helen wasn't giving up so soon. She asked again, and this time she sent Bob all of the personal information of those family members, including their full names and addresses. So Bob took this as a sign to take action. He sent her a reply back. Do you still require our assistance? We can place you in contact with a field operative. Helen thought that this was it. Her wishes were finally coming true. She was getting a field operative on the job, a real trained professional. But what she didn't know was this was not a hitman. In fact, the operative on the other end of the line was the law itself. And just days later, Helen was locked up because Rent a Hitman wasn't real. It's nothing more than a spoof. And Bob didn't assign a hitman to the case, but rather the police. What is—
Oh, okay. So the website itself is not a sting operation, undercover anything. It's just a fucking guy. It's just a dude who owns it for fun. That's crazy. It's not even meant to trick people. These people are just getting tricked for no reason. That's insane. Catching flies that are flying into your honey that you put inside your house. What the fuck? Every single person who gets caught because of this website fucking deserves it. Absolutely. That's actually awesome. This is so awesome.
Established in 2005, Rent a Hitman was a website meant to give people easy access to contract assassins without having to use the dark web. With an easy to navigate website, customer testimonials, and even a careers page.
Customer testimonials! With their full name and picture and testimonial. Holy shit.
Like Rent a Hitman
That's awesome.
has taken an unconventional business model and transformed it into a real service. But what some unsuspecting people don't know is that all the information on the website is a lie, or rather a parody. Rent a Hitman was not an actual hitman service. In fact, if you take a deeper look at the site, you can probably tell that none of this was meant to be taken seriously.
There's several red flags on the website.
Oh man. Also, wait, there was something on the website that I just saw and I wanted to point out. Where is it?
We tell that man was not all the information on the website is a lie, or rather a parody. Rent a Hitman was not an
IRL troll idea number 16. Own a fake hitman for hire website. Noted pics noted.
That's right. If you guys want a good, easy business solution where you get just I don't know. I feel like the cops should pay you at that point, right? Like if you're consistently handing in people who are trying to genuinely hire a hitman and they're telling you all about it, like you should be paid, right? You have to get some kind of compensation from this. You're doing all the work for them, you know? Where's the thing I wanted to point out?
In fact, if you take a deeper look at the site, you can probably tell that none of this was meant to be taken seriously.
There's several red flags on the website. There's a banner ad. It opens up a new browser window for the Internet Crime Complaint Center that's run by the FBI.
On the front page, the site claims to be compliant with HIPAA, or HIPAA.
They're HIPAA compliant. Hitman Information Privacy and Protection Act of 1964. Oh, but they got a free consultation. Wait, a free consultation's fire.
Hitman Information Privacy and Protection Act of 1964, which,
is a
if you look it up, is definitely not what HIPAA stands for. The real origin of the website dates back to February 5th, 2005. Bob Inez
HIPAA compliant is great and all, but what about OSHA?
No OSHA. It's just, what is it? Hitman, what does OSHA even stand for? Operation Safety Hazard Assistance or something? Hitman Operations Safety Assistance. They don't have OSHA. They have secret OSHA. SOSHA.
the domain for just $9.20. He and his friends were working on an IT training program.
And it was a play on words. Rent as in hire us, hit as in web hit, visitor traffic analytics.
The team carried out hits on the online security measures of other companies, so they decided to call themselves HITMAN, which led to the infamous Rent the Hitman. After the program was completed, Bob ended up keeping the domain in hopes of selling it in the future. But when no one wanted to buy it, Bob decided to just repurpose the site into a joke Hitman service to go with the name. He even opened up a form on the site for people to submit their inquiries, comments, and requests. For years, Bob left the site running without ever touching it again, but people kept finding it. Most visitors saw the site for what it was, and people would send prank emails to the associated email address. Others weren't as good as taking the hint and sent in real inquiries about hiring a hitman.
Wait, media inquiries? Wait, what? Okay, what does the actual form say? Service request, free consultation, general inquiries, employment, merchandise, legal, university, something? Email, phone,
and sent in real inquiries.
Okay, media inquiries, enter your information credentials. If you have questions, submit them directly to our email, and then you can upload some files. Okay, that's a pretty solid form. I feel like, you know, they could use a place where you could detail exactly what crime that you would like committed to them. Because, you know, sometimes hitmen do different things if you want them to.
Inquiries about hiring a hitman.
But it's a pretty
Bob ended
solid
up receiving dozens of actual hitman requests. Some would even send in addresses, photos, and private information about the targets, desperate to find someone to get the job done. We got to a point where Bob was genuinely concerned about the well-being of some of these targets.
Bob Inez showed us his pages and pages of printed out emails.
Oh my god, not the printed pages.
From people around the world.
He decided to take action and prevent anything bad from happening to these people. That's why he started cooperating with law enforcement to ensure that anyone sending in an actual hitman request would get dealt with accordingly. He started keeping track of people's information, even sending fake emails back to them to try and help the police get one step closer to catching them. It said that the site has prevented over 150 possible hits from actually happening. Bob constantly monitors the site's associated inbox to make sure that anything that raises any red flags is immediately reported to the authorities.
How do you describe yourself?
Cyber Crusader is,
What was that?
And I'm the webmaster of
$20,000 for a hit? I feel like that's kind of chump change. I don't know. What's a typical hitman take? What is the typical rate? I just know what I've learned from Criminal Minds. Actually, no, I think there is an episode where there is a hitman and he is taking about 20K for a hit. I'm just asking for a friend. Oh wait, I should go get a free consultation. You're so right. I gotta go to the website to see what their rates are.
Rent-to-Hitman HITMAN.com, your point-and-click solution.
And
I
while
thought-
most people by
Okay,
this
I figured it would be more like 100K, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's 20K is still a lot of money, but like for going through the trouble of like killing a person, yeah, in Minecraft, of course. I feel like 50K minimum. I mean, maybe there are cheap hitmen that just have one job and that's it. They get caught.
point have realized that Rent a Hitman is nothing more than a gimmick. Some people still try to use the site as a legitimate service. One of them being Xandra Ellis, the fake assassin. Before we talk about Xandra, I want to thank this video's sponsor, War Thunder. War Thunder is a vehicle combat this game catered in fuel's exact parts. So also, they're over this game, my link in the pinned comment or description. New and returning players that haven't played Eagle of Valor, 100,000 silver lines, and 7 days of premium account only for a limited time. On June 30th, 2018, Bob received a service request from a woman named Jasmine Brown. In her message, Jasmine requested the help of a hitman to get rid of a woman whom she named BH. In the request, she also attached BH's personal information and social media handles to help aid the mission. Although the name on the form was Jasmine Brown, Bob was quick to realize that this name was nothing more than a cover-up name. That's because the email address and phone number used were associated with someone with a completely different profile.
Oh my god.
Someone named Xandra Ellis.
Idiot.
In her request, Xandra, aka Jasmine Brown, claimed that BH had been trying to harm her, so she wanted to catch her blindsided by striking first, which is why she wanted to enlist the help of a professional, one that could get rid of BH once and for all. Realizing,
did she not go to the police? Do you think this was her first option in her head? Like the police were the second option, but a hitman was the first option? Oh, do you think BH is butthead? I thought it was just bitch. Shortened. 20 IQ play.
that Xandra had every intent to go through with this, Bob took on a fake name himself and got into character. Pretending to be a hitman named B.I., Bob replied to her message. First, he asked the woman why she called herself Jasmine Brown, since the email that she used was connected to the name Xandra Ellis. Xandra was prepared for this question. She told Bob that the email that she was using was a fake name to protect her real identity. While Bob didn't believe this, he played along. He handed the reins over to the FBI, who assigned an agent to go undercover and catch Xandra
undercover!
The FBI agent took on the role of Ace, a fake hitman at the Rent a Hitman service. He then contacted Xandra via text message asking if she was still interested in the services she had requested online. Almost immediately, she replied. Xandra
oh my god, is this... Did you need a whole undercover agent for this? This could have taken like 5 minutes. You could have... Did somebody really have to go all the way undercover for this? This is like a 10-minute texting situation. Guys, you got her. You got her. She's guilty. She's guilty.
Definitely still interested. But the only issue with her
Lock
was
her up.
The FBI agent posing as Ace informed her that it would be $1,000 for the job.
That's
with $100.
Okay. Guys, 20K, I was already feeling like maybe that's a budget hitman price. $1,000? No. I don't think so. That's just point blank period. That's just not how you run a business. That is just not how you run a business, period. You are such a shit hitman if you're charging 1K, dude.
Upfront payment to
with
seal the deal. This was something
down
she could
payment.
do. She even negotiated with the FBI agent Ace to pay the rest in $250 installments over the next few weeks. The two set a meeting time at a local Waffle House in New Orleans for Xandra to give the down payment. While Xandra was over the moon that she was finally going to get rid of BH, the victim, what she didn't know was she would end up walking right into her own downfall. A few days later, on July 6th,
the Waffle House of Doom and Dark Web. For $1,000, I'll trip him at the Waffle House. That's what I'm saying. I feel like a hitman asking for $1,000, like all you're gonna do is like they're gonna kick her in the butt or something. Like that's it. They are not killing a whole person for $1,000. Actually, wait, no, it's two people. Oh, no, it's one person. Because Xandra thought this other lady was gonna hurt her and her child. So it's just a one-person job. It's always a Waffle House, dude. The Waffle House of fucking doom and despair and assassination.
2018, Xandra arrived
can't believe
at
she
the
got
Waffle
caught like
House
this.
with an unexpected guest. Xandra had brought her own kid to a meeting with a supposed hitman. She spotted Ace.
Dude! Fucking negative 20 IQ! What is her issue? I genuinely can't believe how stupid this lady is. Brought her kid? Oh
sitting
my
in a
God.
booth at the restaurant, and she
That's
sat down next to
insane.
him, ready to hand off the cash.
That's
but
crazy.
Ace came prepared. Without
That's
Xandra
crazy.
knowing, he stashed a recording device on him and picked up
Oh,
their
and he's
entire
mic'd up.
conversation to collect it
Nice.
as evidence. During the conversation, the FBI agent was quickly able to find out Xandra's motivations for the job. Turns out that both BH and Xandra had kids with the same guy. This already tense relationship
revenge.
got even worse after the two started an
Jealousy.
intense feud on social media, which caused
my God.
Xandra's hatred for the woman to get so strong that she wanted to hire a contract assassin. Xandra claimed that
Wait, I literally wasn't wrong, by the way. I remember when I told you guys, as a joke, that her first option was getting a hitman and then going to the police was the second option. I think that's genuinely what he's literally saying that. Her first option was getting a hitman. That's insane. This lady, oh my God. Hi, Anna, welcome in. Like an Adventure Time when Ice King hired somebody to literally hit Finn. This girl could not be real. This lady could not be real.
the other woman, BH, had been making threats against her and her
my
unborn
God.
child, and that by doing this, she was going to keep her family safe. This led to the FBI agent asking if she had anything else to protect herself with, to which Xandra replied, always strapped. This, of course, was also captured in the recording. It didn't take long for the
Nice.
agent to gather enough evidence to put Xandra behind bars. And when he had finally heard enough, he began the arrest. He cuffed Xandra to the
Nice.
table just moments before she was about to leave
in the Waffle House.
But while Xandra used the site as it was originally intended, others
Waffle
don't just
House.
see Rent a Hitman as a service, but rather a possible employer. I want to be a hitman. The job market can be tough, especially for those coming out of military service.
Oh, okay. This is a whole different situation. I thought Xandra then wanted to become a hitman after all of this. I thought we were continuing the same story. Oh, okay. Totally different people now. Oh, I feel so bad for her kid too. I wonder how old the kid was. I hope they were like young and maybe they won't remember. They won't remember what their mom was doing.
Rather than adjusting to an office job or trying something new, this ex-Tennessee Air National Guardsman decided to pursue a job more suited to his talents, particularly his sharpshooting skills. In February 2020,
I mean, you got the skills. Job market's kind of tough right now. I understand it.
Josiah Ernesto Garcia,
I
like
get
so
it.
many others, went on Rent a Hitman to send in an inquiry. But rather than asking for the usual services, he did something that no one had done on the site before.
According
It
to
is
the
a
criminal
unique
complaint,
skill.
in early February, Garcia submitted a resume and identification documents saying he was, quote, an expert marksman and earned the nickname Reaper.
Instead of
Holy shit.
wanting to hire a hitman, he wanted to be hired as one instead. After leaving the military, Josiah was in desperate need of money since
Air
his family
Force?
was
Wait.
struggling. He and his partner were about to become parents, and they needed
Okay.
extra cash to support the child. Josiah thought that becoming a hitman would be the perfect profession
They're
for him,
like-
seeing as he'd had plenty of marksmanship experience during his military days. In his inquiry,
Okay.
Josiah talked about his time in the Air National Guard as an airman first class, and how all that he learned could be applied to his future as a hitman. After his initial message received no
Cool. I mean, yeah, he does have the skills, not the brains to be a hitman, that's for damn sure. I feel like this is a very, obviously it's a great way of weeding out people who want to be hitmen, Because I feel like to be a professional hitman, you gotta be kind of, you know, smart. You kind of have to evade the law for the rest of your life, right? And become like a ghost, pretty much. Like, you have to be untraceable, right? This guy is super fucking traceable. He's so stupid. Yeah, also, yeah, that's true. Marksman just means he, like, can do his job. Like, like, it's not like he's hitting crazy shots. Everyone in the military gets a fucking nickname, you know? Like, like, no matter who you are in the military, you're gonna get a nickname. It's just a matter of when and why. But, like, he's like, guys, I can shoot a target. It's like, okay. That's like 2 seconds of being a hitman, by the way, right? Like, most of it is just being on the run for the rest of your life. And you have to hit 360 no scopes all the time. Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. As a professional hitman, you have to run around and jump in circles and jump through hoops like Sonic and then hit the targets. It's not just sitting on a roof and sharpshooting, guys. Come on. You gotta have a little bit more pizzazz.
Reply, Josiah reached out again. This time, Bob couldn't ignore it.
I'm looking for a job that pays well related to my military experience.
Okay.
Shooting and the marked target so I can support my kid on the way. Adding, put me in, coach.
It was clear that Josiah had every intention of wanting to be hired. So Bob knew that he had to pass this information along to the authorities. Bob, under the guidance of the FBI, pretended to be a recruiter and messaged Josiah back. The two then went back and forth in a conversation with Josiah incriminating himself more and more with every reply. Josiah laid it out to Bob, telling him that he'd been looking into this career path for a while now since it was good money, and he needed that support for himself and his family, especially the baby on the way. Josiah also allegedly told Bob that his rate for each hit job was $5,000.
Okay, I feel like that's respectable for a starting out hitman. At least we're not going for 1K. 1K is fucking ridiculous. At least it's a low, I feel like that's way too low for what the job is, but you know, he's just starting out, right? He's just starting out. That's kind of respectable.
Was going on, the FBI was busy setting up a sting operation to catch Josiah in the act. They prepared a time, date, and place for Josiah and an undercover agent to meet up. The agent would pretend to be a hitman who was there to give Josiah his first ever target. The location that they ended up picking was a local park in Hendersonville, Tennessee. The FBI prepared a convincing fake target packet which contained fictitious photos, information, and $2,500 in cash as a down payment for the gig. On the day of the meetup, both Josiah and the agent arrived at the spot on time. In the agent's hand, there was a fake target packet. The evidence they needed was now right in front of them. All they had to do was wait for Josiah to take the package and confirm his intent to harm the person shown in the photos. As expected, Josiah took the packet. And allegedly, he even asked if he needed to provide a photo after the fact to prove that the job was done. But before he could even get an answer to his question, the police were already on the scene, putting him under arrest. After this encounter, the police then searched his house for further evidence. There, they found a firearm that he was going to be using to complete the job. This, combined with him being caught in the act, gave police enough evidence to lock Josiah up for 10 years if convicted. But while Josiah got himself arrested for trying to support his family, this next case is the complete opposite, because this man...
I guess we don't know if he got convicted or not. Who knows?
Hated his mother-in-law so much that it landed him in prison.
Oh, not an in-law. Oh,
in April
no.
of 2022, Leif Everett Heyman took the issues he had with his girlfriend's mother to extreme lengths by attempting to hire a hitman on her. According to Bob...
Wait, not even like marital mother-in-law, girlfriend mother-in-law? Are you serious?
Bob Inez.
We're having problems
made multiple
already.
Requests on the website, sending in his mother-in-law's private information several times to try and get the job done.
Damn, he
in his
hated
initial
her.
request, he had written this: "I want her gone now. Too much I don't like about her. She's controlling my wife." But after this and a couple of other requests...
No, never mind. They're married. He said she's controlling my wife. They're okay. Never mind. we're back in proper in-law territory. He just messed up and said girlfriend, I guess.
when ignored, Leif started to get impatient, and he made that very clear in his follow-up emails. On April 28th, 2022, he sent a message to Bob's inbox complaining about how no one's reached out to him to conduct the job. You people are fake. I can't wait anymore. I'm doing it myself. After Bob read that disturbing message, Bob knew he had to do something. Leif had claimed that he would do the job himself, and if he did, there was no way for Bob to track that anymore. The life of Leif's mother-in-law was essentially in his hands, so he did what he did best. He passed the messages on to the authorities and oversaw an undercover mission to get Leif caught. All of Leif's information was sent, and in May of 2022, the sting operation against Leif Everett Heyman began.
The undercover agent, posing as the hitman, contacted Heyman. The agent says that Heyman kept telling him he wanted the woman, quote, gone off the earth.
Posing as a hitman from the website, an undercover agent contacted Leif to get all the details and started gathering
the text. Hey, send me all the details for this whenever you're ready. That's insane.
Evidence for the case. Despite reaching out multiple times for the service, Leif told the agent that he was on an extreme budget. He initially proposed a $200 fee to get the job done, but then dropped it down to $53, saying that he couldn't get enough money from his girlfriend. A few days later on May—
Wait, he keeps saying girlfriend when it says wife. Lock in, dude. It's a wife, right? Now I feel gaslit. I literally just read the word wife. Yeah, from his wife. Okay, he's just saying girlfriend. I don't know why he's saying girlfriend. They're married. I feel like that adds a little bit more importance to the story.
Down to $53, saying that he couldn't get enough money from his girlfriend. A few days later, on May 11th, 2022, the undercover agent set out to meet with Leif. Instead of picking a public place like usual, the two had decided to meet in Leif's house in New Mexico. And when the agent arrived, it made sense why. Because Leif had his own secret motives that he hadn't disclosed to his hitman. Leif had been living with a state-appointed guardian and full-time caregivers, as he had intellectual disabilities that required him to have extra help at home. And when the agent arrived, tensions were high between Leif and one of his caregivers. Although the job had been initially just about Leif's mother-in-law, it took only moments for the agent to realize that Leif had other plans in mind. He had more than one enemy and definitely more than one target. Leif made it clear that he wanted the hitman to get rid of the caregiver in question, even saying that it was part of the deal. The agent, completely blindsided, didn't know how to react. Leif and his caregiver began getting into a heated dispute. With so much of this not going to plan, the agent decided to abort the undercover mission, driving away from the scene. But still, the original—
Wait, was he just saying this in front of the caregiver? He wants 2 people dead for $53. Is this guy for real? Is he for real? I mean, he's got disabilities. So it's like, where do you even begin with this? Like, what is the caregiver supposed to do? If they were just listening to Leif tell an FBI undercover agent, I want you to kill them for $53, and also my mother-in-law, what are you supposed to do as a caregiver? Like, what? Now kill them. Guys, how do the hits keep getting cheaper? I already thought 20K was way too cheap for like one person. $53. That's insane.
The goal remained. They had enough evidence to get Leif charged, so that's exactly what they did. Leif was taken into custody, and while his intellectual disabilities did raise a debate about whether or not he was fit to stand trial, he ultimately was deemed competent. He now faces a sentence of up to 10 years. While Leif used Rent-A-Hitman to get rid of his partner's mother, some people want to get rid of their actual partners.
Oh, this is what I was telling you guys about.
Divorce. On July 17th, 2020, a Michigan woman by the name of Wendy Wayne offered Rent-A-Hitman $5,000 to complete a job on her ex-husband. The reason for her request?
Finally, we're back up to reasonable prices. I would still say at least 20K at this point, but whatever.
Caught her husband cheating on her with the babysitter, and she wanted him to pay for what he did with his life. Wendy reportedly offered $5,000 to compensate for the hitman's travel expenses, as her ex lived in a different state, and she wanted to make sure that the hitman had enough money to ensure everything went smoothly. A state trooper pretending to be a hitman met with Wendy in a South Rockwood parking lot where she was meant to hand off
not the parking lot.
Instead of securing the job, Wendy was met with handcuffs because it didn't take long for her to realize realized that the man in front of her was not a trained assassin, but rather an officer of the law. Although it
I wonder
might
what
seem
gave him
that
away.
Wendy's method to get revenge against her ex is pretty shocking, she's by no means the only person who used the site for this reason. This next case is similar, but instead of trying to eliminate the ex, Devin wanted to get rid of her and her entire family.
Ooh.
Breakup.
Okay, now I've got the opposite. The wife wanted to kill the husband in the last one, and now the husband wants to kill the wife and all of her family. Okay, guys, let's be realistic. What's the price point for this? Let's pretend there's like 3 family members, like dad, mom, and a sibling or something, you know? It has to at least be like 40K. At least 350. 350. Take it or leave it. $2 and a McChicken. Come on. Please don't disappoint me with this one. Oh, it better not be 20 bucks. $10 and a high five. Okay. Let's see if you guys are right. Or if I'm right.
In early 2018, 20-year-old Devin and his girlfriend were going through a rough breakup.
Okay, 2018. I feel like 40 to 50K is still doable.
With a 3-year-old daughter also
the economy
in the
was
picture,
fine,
the two
right?
splitting
2018
made their situation even more difficult. And out of the 2 of them, Devin wasn't going to be the one to get custody. But instead of moving on or trying to get custody in court, he decided to seek out the help of a hitman through Rent a Hitman. He wanted to eliminate his ex-girlfriend once and for all and guarantee that he would be the one to take care of the child. But if that wasn't enough, he didn't just submit her as a target. He sent in the information of both her parents as well in hopes of getting rid of all 3 of them.
Okay, so I was basing mine off of 4 people. So he does not want to kill the kid. He just wants to kill his ex-girlfriend and her parents. So it's 3 people. So now I'm dropping my price down to like 30K. Take it or leave it. I got a Klondike bar. Take it or leave it.
February 3rd, 2018, Devin's
find
requests
out.
were finally heard after Bob forwarded his messages to the August County Sheriff's Office. The deputy then disguised himself as a hitman and began communicating with the 20-year-old. In their conversations, Devin revealed his motive for putting a hit on 3 people, saying that he could be a good father to the girl, but his ex and her family were getting in the way. But although Devin wanted more than ever to have this job completed, nothing came of it because he was struggling to come up with money for the service, which meant that money wasn't exchanged between Devin and the deputy leading up to the arrest. To the officer, it seemed like Devin had simply gotten cold feet and no longer wanted to go through with it. That didn't pardon his original intention.
We don't even get a
February
price
12th,
point.
2018, Devin was arrested on 3 counts of solicitation to commit first degree. Although Devin wanted to rent a hitman to take care of a young child, some people try to use the service for the very opposite reason. The mom.
Okay, we didn't get a price point. Boo, boo, tomato, tomato. These people have got to have room temperature IQ. I mean, at least he didn't go through with it. I guess it was just a moment of passion when he reached out to rentahitman.com.
Who solicited against her son. In 2023, Jasmine Paez did pretty much the worst thing a mother could do by requesting services for her own son. Jasmine, who was only 18 years old at the time, felt like this was the only thing that she could do to preserve her great love story, and that this was a worthy sacrifice to keep her boyfriend by her side. Jasmine, who lived in Miami-Dade County at the time, was dating an 18-year-old named Gamaliel Souza. The two had been on and off for ages, with one thing always causing the two to break up, or rather, one person, Jasmine's son. Gamaliel told Jasmine time and time again that he did not like her child, even claiming that he was getting in the way of their relationship. He disliked the kid so much that he would openly encourage her to get rid of him by any means necessary. He allegedly said, "The kid is the problem. I hope you see that. All I ever wanted was to free you." Their most recent breakup was the final.
It takes 2 to tango, buddy. Wait, is it his kid? Actually, wait. Is it his kid? I forget. Did he say that? I don't know if he did say it was this guy's kid specifically. It's her kid. But they're both 18 years old, right? Wait, okay, run it back. This is important.
Get rid of him by any means necessary. He allegedly said, "The kid is the problem. I hope you see that. All I ever wanted was to free you." Their most recent breakup was the final straw.
I don't think it is his. I think it's just hers. Oh, that's brutal. Oh, that's just so sad. And also, fuck that guy. And also, fuck this lady. She's crazy too. Welcome semi-back, Delta. Okay, yeah, it doesn't sound like it's his.
Gamaliel had enough and decided that unless she took care of the job, he wasn't coming back. "You do it and I'll think about coming back," he allegedly said in messages to Jasmine. Jasmine, desperate to keep him by her side, had tried to please him by lying and saying that her son was already out of the picture. But when Gamaliel asked for proof, she couldn't provide that. So unable to give him the evidence he wanted, Jasmine decided that all that was left to do was to actually get the job done for real this time. This is why she went on Rent to Hitman, hoping that she and Gamaliel could finally live happily ever after together. In her initial request, Jasmine stressed this was important and she had a time constraint. She needed the job to be done by Thursday, only giving the supposed hitman a few days to complete the hit. Bob contacted the authorities immediately because Bob was worried that if he didn't reply, she would find another way to get what she wanted. And if she did that, there was no way he could stop her. Bob immediately contacted the Miami-Dade Police Department after verifying all of Jasmine's information. He gave them her name, associated email addresses, and all the corresponding messages that she sent to the Rent a Hitman site. But instead of doing something about it, the Miami-Dade police decided not to help. They redirected Bob to Crime Stoppers instead. But Bob insisted, knowing that there was a child in danger out there and time was running out to save him. It took several attempts for the Miami Police Department to hear him out. They even threatened to send him a cease and desist letter before they took action. But thankfully, they got to it in time. Jasmine Paez was
Okay. Miami-Dade police. Huh? Did they just not believe him? With evidence? Wow.
arrested for charges of first-degree solicitation.
They ought to fucking be sued for negligence at that point. That's insane. That's actually crazy. And it's like, he has a track record of helping other police office, what's the name? Bureau's office? Whatever. That's fucking insane. That's actually insane that they were like, leave us alone. Jesus.
And third degree using a communications device for unlawful use. Shortly afterward, her ex-boyfriend Gamaliel Souza was also arrested due to how much he pressured Jasmine into doing this. He was charged as well. My friends, don't let temporary emotions lead to permanent consequences. Visual Venture. Thanks a ton to War Thunder. Play it for free.
Thanks, Visual Venture. That was fantastic little summary. Wow. I wonder if people are still using rentahitman.com. I hope so. I hope more people are getting caught because of it. I feel like Rent a Hitman, I feel like it blew up on the news at some point. I think it's even funnier if people are still getting caught using it. It was already funny before, but now that it has so much media about how people are getting caught because of it, man, I hope people just keep doing it. I hope they keep being stupid and giving themselves away. That's awesome. Hi, thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please don't forget to give a like to the video and subscribe to my channel. I also stream live on Twitch, so follow me on Twitch and turn on notifications to know when I go live. I hope to see you there. Bye!